Hello, YouTube, and welcome to Level-Headed News. This is your host, Brenda. Articles in this episode for you. The URLs are in the description of the video for your convenience. We'll get that hushed up so that we can go on. People are wondering what I'm doing. I'm bringing up the page here to make sure that the audio is getting out because my computer, or I'm not sure if it's my computer or if it is YouTube. But with some of my videos, I seem to have a problem with getting the audio to come through, and it's easier just to check the audio levels than it is to have to redo the entire video because there was no sound. So that's what's going on here. But apparently we do have videos and audio. So here we go. First article here is off of Bundy Ranch Standoff.info. And it says, attorneys cannot meet with defendants as a group. Magistrate Judge Peggy A. Lean denied Eric Parker's motion. And it says ECF number 1497, to facilitate open-air group meetings between defendants and their legal counsel, citing lack of communication with the U.S. Marshal Service. Lean determined that the request was not specific enough for the court to be able to assess whether or not the request is reasonable. Special request, the facilities at Henderson Detention Center do not provide for an environment where multiple attorneys can meet with multiple defendants. Specifically, the meeting rooms are small and defendants and counsel can only communicate through a glass wall, subsequently showing digital evidence, of which most in this case becomes problematic. One has to wonder if the court isn't putting the horse before the cart. First, 6 defendants face potential life sentences. There is little wiggle room for critical analysis of whether or not it is reasonable for them to meet with their attorneys. Second, complex. That designation carries huge implications. The docket, as of today, has nearly 1,600 entries. Extraordinary. Additionally, with the complex designation, the right to a speedy trial vaporizes. The government plans to call 60 or more witnesses. Finally, the case is in a constant state of uncertainty. For example, just days before jury selection, the Salt Lake Tribune ran a story about ethics violations on the part of the Bundy Ranch tyrant. Consequently, it is paramount that the 6 defendants in the Ranch trial have access to their legal counsel as a group. The court's position is absurd to the extent that defendants must jump through procedural hoops to meet with counsel. The court could assess whether or not the request is unreasonable and then make a subsequent determination. Instead, the prudent justice takes a back seat to the court's elevated opinion of self. And there is a copy of it, of the document here, if you want to pull it up and take a look at it. I mean, these people are innocent until proven guilty, but they are being treated like they're guilty and denied access to properly communicate with their attorneys. Everything is being bottlenecked by the court. I mean, this is just such a travesty of justice. There aren't even words to describe it. Talk about a kangaroo court. The next article we have is off of BizPack Review. It says, thank you, NYPD. Or try this. Cops wreck protesters obstructing traffic over immigration raids. A pro-amnesty crowd got out of hand Saturday in New York City. Several protesters were slammed to the ground and apprehended by officers when a video on social media showed they refused to get out of the road where they were blocking traffic. And there's video. See it. The protesters were on hand to rally against the raids conducted by the Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents that occurred during the week in which hundreds of illegals were picked up, ABC7 reported. Tweets here about it. It says, the raids and deportations have illegal alien community on edge. It is just one fear tactic after another. It's absolutely wrong and evident, or eventually everybody is going to stand up and say so. Protester Diane Graham told ABC7. Another protester, Marlene Mosqueda, said she learned her father was being deported. They called me at 7 a.m. to tell me my father is being deported, that he was captured, she said. But I stated the raids were conducted against criminal illegal aliens, and Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly agreed. If they're being picked up and deported, they're the right people. The men and women of ICE and Homeland Security in general are doing this completely legally, he said, according to ABC7. The protesters didn't find a lot of empathy on social media either. And there's a bunch of tweets here. Thank you, new people have jobs to go to and families to be with. Get these commie criminals off the road. Another one says, you have every right to protest peacefully, but when NYPD tells you to get off the road, you get off the road. Another one says, finally, NYPD is able to do their jobs in CCC van. Obstructing traffic is illegal. It's not right or privilege, it's illegal. And there's a bunch more of them here if you want to pull them up to take a look at those. The next article is off of GOPthedailydose.com. And waiting for the hamster. Well, come on, hamster. Okay, we'll try to reload it. Let's see if it'll work a little better. There we go. He just needed a little to get going. Now if I can get the ads to get off of this thing so that I can... Well, I'm waiting. There we go. To a police station with an AK47 wearing a ski mask. So, if you want to pull it up to see it. And I'm trying to get to scroll down here so we can get with it. Here we go. This happened in Michigan. And two men are lucky to be alive after walking into a local Dearborn police station wearing ski masks while armed with multiple firearms. According to the video below, one of the men, identified as Brandon, wanted to file a complaint for being pulled over an hour before the incident occurred. As the men entered the police station, officers quickly respond, telling the men to drop the weapons and get on the ground. An officer can be seen yelling at the masked suspects, saying, "I will put a round in you, sir." Respond saying they are legally allowed to open carry. So, Dearborn police have not released any statements regarding the incident. If you have something to add, please leave a comment below. And so, there you have it. I gotta say this, that would take a lot of guts. Put on a ski mask and don an AK-47 and walk into a police department. Yeah. Insurance was paid up. The next one is off of bunker530.com, and it says, pirates mess with the Russian Navy and die in the process. A group of pirates decide it might be a good idea to mess with the Russian Navy. They die in the process of poking the bear. For some reason, this group of pirates thought it would be a good idea to go against the Russian Navy. Whoever told them that it was a good idea to poke the bear probably lied. They die so badly, the Russians decided to make a music video out of them wasting the pirates, and it's exactly pretty entertaining to watch. And if you want to pull it up, it's right here in this video for you to view. I can't make this stuff up. I could, maybe, if I really put my mind to it. But why, when it's so convenient just to be able to pull it up here on the internet? If you like what I'm doing here, if you find it entertaining, give it a thumbs up. Share it on your social media so everybody gets to enjoy it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you might try that because you never know what I'll come up with next. See you in the next one.